guys, it's a Ravenflower. I come to you in the stillness of the morning. It is still, it's like late morning. It's 10:30, almost 10:30. But I take this time because it's a good time. I generally do my meditation, my reflections, things like that in the morning. And so it's a really good time for me to, do vlogging and that kind of thing because I've got some quiet time. My husband, hey Taurus, the barefoot Taurus, how are you? Hello, Miss Pepper Jackie. What's up? Hello, Jessica. How are you doing? It's good to see you guys. Thank you for joining me this morning. Everything has been so volatile in the last, oh gosh, I'm going to say a year. I would love to say 6 months, but I think that would be a lie. The last 6 months have been like ramped up craziness. But things are starting to finally chill out. And I say that because for me, it's hard to, gosh, it's hard to say. I'll just say it. Anyhow, it's hard for me to, oh, what's it? We are stuck in traffic, Dallas. Oh, girl. I'm sorry. I have been in that traffic, and that is no fun traffic. Not at all. Hello, South Carolina. How are you doing? Oh my goodness. It's nice that you guys are, I thought it might have been too early for y'all to jump in, but I thought it was a Saturday morning and it would be fun and whatever. So anyhow, wanted to kind of like give you guys a little bit of an update. Like I was saying before, like the last year has been very volatile, very crazy for us. Lots of changes, lots of transitions. We're still not done with those transitions, but I think I'm getting more comfortable with the transitions. And let me tell you that CBD gummies are my friend. Yeah, I'm going to say that out loud. I'm going to say that out loud. I am a stress ball. I I wasn't normally a stress ball before. When I was younger, I was just more of like a adrenaline junkie. I was crazy, like taking all kinds of risks and stuff like that and all that stuff. So, oh, hi, Ravina. How are you? Um, so now I think as a parent, any of those out there that are a parent, you're like your number one job is to keep people safe, keep people fed, keep people, secure and comfortable. And, so when you transition away from that, all of my kids are officially moved out of the house. So even the youngest has an apartment with her boyfriend, and our oldest daughter has an apartment with her roommate, her friend, who is just amazing. I love her a lot. Let's see. And then our son is out as well. And so everybody is doing well. They're doing pretty good. Everybody's working. Everybody's, either in school or thinking about going back to school, which is like pretty amazing. And I'm very proud of them because they are all becoming their own people. And that is hard work. If anybody remembers what it was like in your late teens and early 20s, it's an uncomfortable time frame, but it's all about self-discovery. And in that way, merry morning to you. In that way, I and my husband are going through some transition and some exciting times, but they're also a little terrifying. I have been told I was crazy to pick up and leave San Antonio after being here for half of my life. I've been here for half of my life. And to try to run away, they're like, oh, you're running away from your family and you're running away from your kids. And I know I've touched on this a couple of times, but I've done my job. I'll never stop being a mom to my kids. I'll never stop doing that. That I love them, and that's part of our relationship, part of our lives. But we have to grow in a different way. Being a parent, or at least I feel, and my husband feels, that being a parent, you sacrifice what you want to do. Your needs are second to your kids' needs, and we sacrificed a lot of things that we wanted to do because our kids came first. We put them first. And I don't know if they see that now. Maybe as they grow and they get older, they'll recognize that. that we didn't do a lot of things because we wanted them to be able to be in theater or be a part of the swim team or, things like that. I wanted my kids to have what I didn't. And I hope that I provided that for them. Now, by no means, I'm not saying that I was a perfect mom by any means. I mean, I lost my crap more times than not. I went through a hormonal battle where I didn't have any estrogen in my body whatsoever, and I was just mean. I was in a very mean, horrible place, and I've apologized to my kids for that. I think also us as parents have to sort of come to grips with the fact that we're not perfect and you do the best that you can, but when you do wrong by your kids, then you need to come forth and be honest and let them know that you messed up and that you acknowledge it, so that when you have a relationship with them as they are young adults, they will come to you and they will feel comfortable with you to talk about some real life issues instead of trying to keep stuff from you and go to their friends and maybe not get the best advice. I'm just saying that. So be honest and be candid with your kids, I think, is my point with that. But here we are, Bear and I, moving all the way across the country to go to, don't dare to, yep, exactly. It is about building a better relationship. It's about transitioning your relationship from little people, who look up to you and need your guidance and your provisions, those cares, to being a parent to them in a different way, because you're allowing them to fix or battle, do their own battles, but you can't be there to fix their issues for them any longer. You can be there when something really hits the fan, that kind of thing. But you have to relate to them in a different way. You have to communicate with them in a different way, and that's a huge transition, whether or not you're moving across the country. Whether or not is just my little tidbit of advice for you guys today. But now, here we are, moving across the country. I have been somewhat quiet in regards to what's going on and haven't been giving you guys the best of updates. Oh, hi, honey. I love you. That is, Elaine is my Puerto Rican sister from another mister. I love you, girl. But yeah, so here it is. It's finally happening. And it's been incredible. In the last year, I have finished out my job. I went through some really crazy, very big changes at my job. I ended up getting not a promotion, but I did get a raise and some more responsibility. And there were some projects I was working on that was driving me crazy. Not only were the people that I was working with on those projects extremely difficult, narcissist jerks, but the way they were doing the project was a whole lot of back talking and backstabbing, and it was just horrible. It was just a horrible thing I was in. So that got fixed and done before I left work, and then I had a couple of other projects that I was wrapping up, and then we had our busy season, and I knew that when I was leaving, I wanted to leave on the best of terms, and I wanted to make sure that they had enough time to actually find the right person that would fit the position well, instead of just somebody that they crammed in there to do the job. So I gave extra notice, and I left on extremely good terms. Where my boss and I before were very, and I think it just came down to, we were both sort of alpha personality types, and I had taken some stuff that she had said very personally, and there's no other way to take it. She spoke out in some nasty ways, and hi Courtney, how are you doing? Hi Rain Sky Silver Moon, that is a wonderful name. But my boss and I just weren't doing so great together. And there was a time I was going to be leaving. I couldn't handle it. I just couldn't handle the drama anymore of working 9 to 5. And the stress was causing me a lot of grief. I am a diabetic. And I also found out in that last year that I had a heart condition. So last May, I had in the beginning of June, I had had a heart attack or something very similar to a heart attack where I found out that I have AFib. And during that time frame, I also had to have my gallbladder out. So all of this was happening. It was a whirlwind, and Noah was there during that time frame. He actually showed up to the emergency room. He's like the sweetest. Oh, the sweetest. Noah Tempestari is like the sweetest person on the face of this planet. He really is. And he sat with me in my hotel room, in my whatchamacallit, my hospital room, and made sure that, I could sleep. It was really, like I said, volatile time. So it's like we went through that and then tried to get, healed up from that, and tried to wrap up my job. And I'll try to make this a little bit faster here because I'm rambling. What else? Let's see. We went in last January, to Washington to start looking at the different areas in which we wanted to live and trying to find a place where we just couldn't live, right? And we had a hard time finding that place because everything was just beautiful. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I do have some videos on various places that we had gone and visited. Some of those after coming back and doing more research, we have taken some of those off of our list. We found that some are actual Indian reservations. And on those Indian reservations, there's a land lease. And we don't necessarily, well, one, we can't qualify that with a VA loan for my husband. And we wouldn't own the land. So it was a little, so we had to look in different places. So we are still looking at Whidbey Island. We are still looking in the Mount Vernon and Burlington area. We're still looking in the Bellingham area. And we are also looking at Friday Harbor or San Juan Island area. So the Hood Sport. What's Hood Sport? I don't know what Hood Sport is. Bella, you're going to have to, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Let's see, Hood Sport. Hello, Aqua Witch. How are you? You're Scottish, right? I wonder where in Scotland you are. I've been to Edinburgh. I can't say that correctly. You're going to laugh at me. Edinburgh? I can't say it. Queensberry, Glasgow. Those are the places I've been to. I'm in love with Queensberry. I love Queensberry. Maybe not across the nation. I'd go to Queensberry and live there. I would. I love it so. Okay, back to what I was saying. So we are still looking at those areas. And I mention this because guess where we're going on the 26th? So on the 26th of this month, we will be back up in those areas, actually looking at houses and also trying to find a rental, which might just be an apartment, a month-to-month apartment, which will be weird after being in a house for 16 years, 17 years. I don't know. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult going to like a small little, thing. I think it's just like a little 2-bedroom so that we can have a little bit of storage and, a resting spot and a living room and all that other stuff. And my husband is just sending me a link right now. Yes, you're scared. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Gosh, there's another place that I went to in Scotland from Edinburgh. I'm trying to think, where was that? It was Silver something. Oh no, there's a castle on the hill. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I can't remember it. Anywho, hello, Black Bex. What are you doing, friend? What are you doing? What you doing, girl? Anywho, okay, so on the 26th, we're going up there. We're going to go up there and try to make sure that we find our month-to-month rental first and foremost, and then we're only going to be there for a couple of days. And then we're going to look with 2 realtors in those areas that I mentioned. So I will be kind of doing a little bit of video of, here's the places that we're looking at. Kind of like what I did last time, so that you guys can see and be part of the process if you want to. Okay, so tomorrow is Father's Day, and what else did I just want to go back real quick. And then also what had also happened in this year is that we had lost, on top of doing all that research and working back and forth and looking at places and all that other stuff, We had ended up losing my husband's mom. My mother-in-law had passed, and she wasn't well for a long time, so we it was difficult. And anybody who has been a caregiver and you watch somebody, um, suffer for so long, and I'm going to say she suffered for probably a good 15 years, um, there was a bit of relief for her to have passed. She had no quality of life, and it was very difficult on my husband, myself, our kids, obviously for her. And so being able to be here when that happened and send her off with a very nice funeral, and wrapping up that chapter was difficult but also special, and I'm grateful to have been here when it happened. I'm trying not to cry. And I'm not being very successful at it. So let me just dab the tears here. Okay, moving on. So I'm very grateful that we also, for my husband's sake, got to be here for that. Because we were going to be moving while all of that was happening, and we were going to get her into an assisted living type situation, which all that information or all that stuff was about to all get fixed and done through. And then she passed. So that was just the universe's will. God and Goddess decided that's the way it was going to go. Hello, Alexis Rose. Oh, thank you. I love your love. I keep sending it because I need it. um, so packing and all that other stuff is happening now. My house is a total disaster. It's about to get a lot worse after Father's Day. So once Father's Day passes, we have a couple of doctor's appointments to wrap up and transfer our stuff. We have actually ordered the pods. They're like storage pods that will be in our driveway, and we will be packing those up. We will also be packing up we've ordered the truck, and that's happening. I am selling my car. I'm selling the Hogwarts Express, my little red Kia Sportage. I'm selling it because I don't have a job up there, and it's going to be very difficult trying to get it over there. And if I don't have a job and I don't have the income coming in, I don't need to travel, to and fro. I want to get there, get stuff situated. And so my husband and I will have one car for a while, and then I'll get a new car. So doing that, we're selling furniture. We are really going to get aggressive with the packing, because now that we have a contract on the house, and I didn't want to jinx it, but we've already had, let's see, what was it, this past Thursday, we had the inspector show up, and I thought that it was just going to be the inspector. When you have a contract on a house and the buyer, agrees to the price, and we agree and we go into a contract, they hire an inspector to come in and look at the whole house structurally, outside, inside, water, plumbing, all kinds of stuff. That guy was here for like almost 3 hours. It was crazy. So he showed up, and then their realtor showed up, and then the broker showed up, and then the buyers were also supposed to come, but the buyers didn't come for whatever reason. And I know, yay, contract, I'm so excited. So when you enter the contract, they have 10 days to cancel for any reason whatsoever. And we don't feel that that's, and also the realtor and the broker had even said that they didn't feel that that was even going to be an issue. The inspector did head to toe everything and said that there was no issues with our house whatsoever structurally, that everything was good, that our house was in good condition, and it was a good thing. And we even got to listen to him talk to the new buyers over the phone on speaker, and it was just, we heard the whole thing, and it was just awesome. So that was like, whoa, so exciting. So apparently they come back and they look at the various things, like little things that need to be fixed, and we may either lower the price or we fix those items within the time frame. But once all of that is agreed upon, then there's no more 10-day anything. But we're already halfway through the 10 days anyhow. So yay. So I was waiting as I didn't want to jinx it. And boy, let me tell you, this spell work. I'm going to have to probably do a whole nother video on the various types of spells that I did in order to get this. And I'm going to tell you what worked. What worked for us was a combination of 3 different spells and my own personal twist on it. And any of us YouTubers that are out there sharing spells or knowledge or give ideas and things, you'll hear us say that you need to make it your own. Because when you go to the letter on things, it's somebody else's spell, you got to bring in the wording that feels the most personal to you. You've got to implement the right herbs that are more personal to you. You got to do you in the spell. Otherwise, it's just not the of their names and added those names to the spell. So it's been amazing. It's been amazing. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I've no idea, and I'm sorry. So you all jumped off. Look at that. I'm losing people. Oh, well, you'll still be able to see it. I don't know what happened. Things have gone south. I don't know. There was some sort of live interruption in the feed. Anyhow, so I'm back. Tell your friends. I've lost a bunch of people, but that's okay. I don't know what happened on there, but something went crazy, and it's okay. Let's see. So my goodness. So now that we have the contract on the house, this Virgo can actually start planning, which is amazing because I felt like I had no purpose. I felt like I had to keep the house pristine for viewings. So you would get like an hour's notice and when there was going to be a viewing, and people, you have to put the cats away and you have to turn on all the lights and you have to put on all the candles so it smells amazing. And then you got to like bake cookies. And there was like work. It was work every single time that happened. And my poor cats were like tired of being put away. Tired of it. Siggy. And I say Siggy. People misunderstand and think that her name is Ziggy, like Ziggy Stardust. That's not what it is. It's Siggy, S as in Sam, I-G-G-I-E, and it actually is Viking for victory. So Siggy. Miss Siggy is not having it. So now I have gone through and I have mapped our route all the way to Washington from our address to every hotel. I have set up every hotel stay from here to Washington, all the way up to like where our rental will probably be, or at least a central location. So there's that. I feel better about that. After, let's see, the 26th and the 27th, we should know exactly where we're going as far as our next step, even though it might be temporary for the time frame. Or there is a possibility, sorry, my eyes are itchy. There's been lots of allergies here in Texas, which is another reason why I'm leaving. Because it's like, I think it's the ragweed is like crazy right now. It's awful out there. Anywho, so what was I saying? I can't remember anymore. Goodness gracious. Central location, yada yada. Oh, the other option that we may have is we could possibly find one of the houses that we do like, and we might be able to lease it from them while we go through our escrow. When you get a contract or you put in an offer in the house and then the buyers or the owners accept the offer, or the sellers accept the offer, then you go into escrow, and escrow can take anywhere from 30 to 45 days. And I believe up there it's closer to 45 days. So it's very possible that we're able to, I need to go out in the feed. Oh, go feed your horses. Don't worry about us. We'll be here. Sorry, I was just answering Iris. So we may very possibly be able to rent or lease our home, while the escrow process happens. It's very possible. And if that's the key, if that's the thing, I need to be doing spell work about that, because that would be awesome. That means that we don't have to really move twice, because really we're going to have to go all the way up there, pack our van, pack the pods, have the pods moved or shipped over into that area, take the van. I'm driving the other, like our other, like actual van, you know, or not a minivan. What is it? It's like a utility van, I guess. I don't know. My husband's car. We're going to do that. And doing some spell. Ooh, starting Litha. You're correct. So doing all that travel, then we get up there. So then we have to put our stuff in storage. We only take out the stuff that we're going to need for, you know, like the rental in maybe a month, it may be 2 months, it may be 3 months. We don't know. And then we have to move again to where we are going to be. I'm like, it's a lot of work. I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. So that's an option. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't. We don't know, but that's an option. But golly, so things are about to get, the pods have been ordered, the truck has been ordered, all of the hotel stays have been set. The route has been mapped. We have appointments for our pets to make sure that they're up to date on all their shots, that they have their shot records. Any of the rentals need to make sure that they have verification that they've been fixed, that their shots are up to date, and verification or clarification on their age. I guess a lot of the rentals don't want kittens in there, so whatever. So there's that. I do also have to say and have some bad news that we lost our Guinness boy. We had 3 cats, and Guinness was the oldest of all of those cats, and our only male, a handsome, handsome fella. Such a handsome fella, gorgeous green eyes. We had got him, hey Noah, we had gotten him when he, he was only like a year or 2, and that was when my daughter was in the 8th grade. Well, she's been out of high school for 4 years now, so he was probably pushing close to like 11, maybe almost 12, and he is an escape artist, and he always would like try to rush the door and try to get out. I think he was an indoor-outdoor cat before we had him, and so he always was trying to bust loose. We even have a sign that says don't let the cat out no matter what he says, and there's a picture of his little face, and it looks just like him. We had him at the back door because he would rush every door. He would, and Noah can attest to this. He'll get out. Anyhow, so he'd been acting strange for like a week or so and being really super lovey and very, very needy. And we were like, what's going on? And we're like, it's probably because he knows that we're getting ready to move and doing stuff. And so we've just given him lots of extra love. Well, he busted out the back door because he can open doors. He's a mess. So you have to like actually lock it so that he doesn't come out. Well, we had fixed the back door so there wasn't any issues, because obviously we're doing all these home repairs and things like that. And so the door was latched and everything was fine. He somehow got out, and we found his collar at the back fence, and it has been 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks, and we're going on 3 weeks now. And we have no Guinness, and he is lost. And we have a feeling that something that is strange is usually when he's out that the cats, the 2 girl cats, will like meow meow, and you know, they're very upset because they know he's out and they're not, and all this other stuff. And that didn't happen this time, and we're like, and it just felt very much like he went off to die, I think is what he did. And we set out signs, we talked to neighbors, we hit the streets. We were looking for him day and night, calling all hours, and he just didn't return. And so our hearts are a little broken. We've had, 2 big losses this year, health problems, lots of stress, changing over. I don't, have a job, which is kind of weird. I am a workaholic. Not really. It's just I like to be busy and I like to have a purpose. And with all this moving stuff, it's like there's not a routine. Every day is a little different. And that's nice, but also is just sort of filled with uncertainty. And it makes me feel weird. I don't like that as much. So, what a year! What a year! But I gotta tell you, I was warned. I was warned about it. I was warned from one of my good friends, Crimson Fire. She's also a YouTuber. She's pretty amazing. She had told me straight out that, she had premonition or whatnot. She knew what I was facing. Um, I've been through a lot in my life, and I can still go through a lot. I'm a pretty strong individual. I may cry, I may bitch, I may whine through it. I may have really bad days. Oh, sometimes the best side of me is not always showing. I need to say that. But I'm pretty resilient and I can get through it. And I'm sure what she saw was all of that. And some of it she had even flat out told me. And I'm sure it scared her a little bit. But I'm here to say, look, I made it through. I made it through it. I may not have makeup on today and I don't look so great, but I made through it. I made it through. And it's been like a wild ride. I'm sure you went to Disneyland at some point, or the book Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I've been on that ride for a good long time. It's just been a really good long time, and I'm still here, and I'm still kicking, and I'm still planning and dreaming and all this stuff. I don't want to move to Washington to escape my family. I'm not running away. I'm not a weirdo. Um, I know that I have amazing friends here. I do feel a lot of love from them. But I also know that my family and my friends are not conditional to my zip code. So I know that I will be traveling back and forth a lot. You guys probably already know that we're moving, okay, right? So we're moving July 10th or 11th. That's when that's happening. And I believe it's the 11th. We're starting out very early in the morning on the 11th and driving. And we're going to get to Tucson. That is day one. Then we are going from Tucson to Ukiah, which is up by Santa Rosa, California. And then from there, we're going to change directions so that we can go through the big redwood forest. So at least that when we're driving through, we get to see some beautiful ocean and we get to see some gorgeous redwoods and things like that. So that would be nice. And maybe we can get some bark and some other things, for spell work. That would be awesome. What else? We're going to be going through the desert. So I'm going to make sure I get some desert sand and maybe some sage if I can. And then from up there, we will be going from Ukiah all the way up to Bellingham, which is north of Seattle, about an hour and a half. And that's our trip, and then we stay the night, and then we move into our rental. I know I was started out on something else, and I've been rambling like a crazy person, but yeah, so I made it through. I'm still dreaming. I'm dreaming, and we've been wanting to go to that area, and every time we get there, I cry like tears of relief, you know? Um, Tears of relief. You get there and it just feels like home, and there's something spiritual about it. There's something spiritual about it. I love Texas. Like I said, I've been here half my life. I've been in California half my life in the beginning, and I love California. It's just too damn expensive. I can't go there anymore. I can visit, but I don't, want to be there full time. Texas, I love because I love the people and my memories here. I just can't handle the allergies and the heat anymore. I just can't do it. It's just not my thing. But I love the people, and the people will always be with me, no matter where I'm going to be. Washington State, I go back and look some of the videos, and so you can see what the heck I'm talking about. Washington State is so beautiful. It's just so, so beautiful. It's undeniable. I have had Akashic Records readings and sessions. I've done Ancestry and found that I am American Indian, but it's more of like an Inuit Indian situation, which is more Eskimo. And I've got some traces of Russian blood and all kinds of stuff. So feels like it's calling me. That Pacific Northwest has been calling me for the last 10 years. The last 10 years. And I have gone through a whole lot of judgment and a whole lot of people saying, "Oh my gosh, you're abandoning your family and you're abandoning your friends, and why the hell do you want to go there? Why would you want to leave Texas?" Some of these are my close friends, and when they do that to me, it does hurt my feelings. But I understand that they're hurting too because they're going to miss me and they're saying it out of love. So I try to shoot past that. I'm going for my health. Yeah, yes, dancing moonline, moon eyes. I am going for my health. I'm going for my health, my mental health, my spiritual health, and my physical health. I'm going for my health. There's something that completes me there. And I know those good friends that I have will come and visit. I know Noah has already said that he's looked at airline prices. So sweet. But I'm going to be back here in February, y'all. I scored like some tickets to see Fleetwood Mac in concert. It's going to be their very last tour that they're on, and so I had to see them, and it's a bucket list situation. I saw Stevie Nicks and Chrissy Hines not last February, the February before last. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Anyhow, yeah. So I'm coming back for that so that I can see that with a few of my friends. And we have planned the Witchy Meet and Greet, which is another cruise. Well, not another cruise. It's going to be a cruise this year. So if you didn't know about that, then please message me and I can give you some information. But there is a Facebook group that we can add you to that has all of the information. And if you're interested in booking, try to do so. I would say before like July 5th or July 10th. You want to get in there as soon as you can so that you can actually get a good room and all that other stuff. So anyhow, I'll be back. I'm going to be traveling a lot. My family is here. My kids, all three kids and a little grand girl is here. And I all of my friends are here, and I'm so excited to meet new friends up there. And after we get into our house, I plan on doing probably like a little meet and greet witchy dinner up there, so that any of you guys that are interested in that area, maybe we can make it in maybe like Everett or Whidbey Island or something, so that everybody can kind of come and do that. And that would be awesome, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? So that I get to meet some new people. I will say that my heart just like sung the other day because I got invited. There is a group called the Whidbey Island Witches and Pagan Community, and that was amazing. That was amazing. I was accepted into their group on Facebook, and they seem like a really good, genuine bunch of people, and I'm excited to learn a little bit more. There's a lot of crafting that happens, it seems, and I think that they do a lot of like outings, and I'm excited about that. Well, they invited me to a party was it for Father's Day or was it for 4th of July? I'm not sure. Either one of those two. But they said that they get together every Friday, and I'm like, that is so cool. That's just like so cool. So I'm probably going to be checking them out. I have connected with this wonderful gal named Yelva, and she is the owner and the head practitioner over at Cunning Crow Apothecary, which I intend on taking some classes with. And she does some online stuff, and then I think there's a temple next door. And I actually have a video on that too, because you get to meet Yelva and also Teflon, Coop Teflon, who is a medium and reader and all around badass. Anyhow, so I feel like I get a whole new group of friends, but I didn't lose the friends that I already had. Those other friends get to come and visit, and I'm going to be coming visiting them, and it's like my friend pool just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're all of like-minded individuals that have mutual respect and kindness and love for each other, and it's like that world just keeps growing for me, and I feel just so incredibly blessed. It hasn't been easy, and you know what, Noah, I know he's on here too. Noah can speak about this too, and I know that he has on his channel. When you have a dream and you're working so hard to change your stars, it's so difficult to start over again. It's so difficult to have that courage. I mean, there's a lot of us, I'm sorry, I'm crying again. God, I'm just so emotional. Um, there's so much that goes into these moves. It's not already moving across town is difficult, but you know, moving to a whole nother area is another matter entirely. I also know that my friend Blue Knight did this. He and his fiance, I think, and his mom too, picked up from Ohio and moved all the way to Florida because they love the beach so much. But then, you know, I see his updates, and you know, and they are just on the beach, and you know, he's hula hooping, and there's a beautiful sunset and all of this stuff. It's like he changed his stars. He made it happen for him so that he could have the quality of life that he really truly deserved. And Noah did that for himself as well. You know, he's talked about where all he did was, you know, work, 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 and he really didn't have a life, and that's why he wanted to come here and, you know, possibly move his mom over, and you know, maybe some other family members or whatnot, but to create a lifestyle befitting of him instead of being a slave to the system, you know. And here I am trying to get away from this heat and trying to get away from these allergies, and going to a place that really truly completes me. If you've seen my videos while I'm in Washington, I've gotten a lot of comments. It's like, gosh, you seem so much happier. I'm at peace, I think is what it is. I'm at peace. And I heard the other day that, you know, you don't rest in peace, you live in peace. And I've had a really, really difficult childhood. And I know I've talked about that. I'm sorry again, golly. I talked about it a lot because, you know, and that's part of what makes me strong. But, you know, I was a foster kid, and I was abused for most of my childhood. I was adopted, and oh gosh, there was just so much, just so much. And some of those scars, you know, have healed, and some of those scars get opened every now and again. You know, and then my second part of my life is raising kids, and I wouldn't have changed it for the world, but I will say that it was really hard. It wasn't. Parenthood is not for the weak. It is not for the weak, and you give. A good parent, I feel, gives, you know, 100% of themselves. um, you work hard, you provide for your family, you do everything necessary so that your kids have a great quality of life. And I feel like I've done that for them. And I'm going to miss them terribly. I am going to miss them terribly. Thank the stars for things like YouTube and things like, you know, Messenger and FaceTime and all of those things, you know, to keep us connected. But I'm going to complete myself. So I'm not focused. I know it sounds really selfish, but I'm going to be selfish. I need to be selfish for my health. I need to be selfish. We'll be changing our diet drastically. We'll be changing a lot so that I can get well. I'm still not well. I am better than what I was, but I'm still not 100%. And I don't think that that's going to happen until the stress of everything subsides. And this move is going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. Like I said, I'll be driving my husband's van. I'll have the two cats in it. Our very good friend and tattoo artist, you've seen him on my channel before, Eric, is coming from New Orleans and giving his time to us for a week to help us move. Our other friend, Jeff, who is just amazing as well, he lives here in San Antonio. He will also be coming along with us, so that there will be a team in each vehicle. So there'll be the moving truck team, and then there'll be the the minivan team or whatever. Um, so with the cats and all that, so we'll be just trekking across the U.S. together. Um, these things are finally happening, y'all. It's like, wow, it's just huge. It's just huge. So yeah, sure, I'm gonna miss people. Um, when I think about my little San Antonio tribe, my snow orchid and my Noah tipistari, um, we know Noah for, what are we going on, 2 years now, Noah? I don't know. Um, and then my little snowy butt, about a year. When you meet somebody and they feel like family, oh my god, I mean, it's kind of amazing. Um, they feel like a little brother and a little sister, and we like to go out and do stuff for, have kind of like a little house party or movie nights or cheesecake factory, martinis. um, I am really going to miss them. Um, I don't get to see Trina as often as I would like to, Miss Sunshine, but I'm gonna miss that. Like, she's like big sister to me, she's like big sister to me. So she gives me all this incredible advice. I've got a Bex and I've got a tequila, and I'm telling you guys, it's not because I want to leave them. Um, I'm blessed that they are just so awesome that I know that they're going to visit. So I'm not worried so much about that. But I do have to emotionally kind of go through this. And then when I have to, hug those kids for the last time before I go, I got to just leave them in All Father's hands and um, Mother Goddess's hands. To grow and to become who they need to be, who they want to be, so that they can be happy. And that's my wish, is that, they are successful in their own lives, however they choose that to be, as long as they're not hurting anybody or themselves, and they're happy. That's what I want for them. So it's gonna be wow. It's gonna be a big wow. Okay, let me get a grip. Let me get some tissue here. Blow my nose on camera. I need a snarf. But that is the update. Things are actually happening, y'all. Things are actually happening, and it's like, wow. And I felt like I couldn't really say it before. I felt like I just couldn't save any. Why are you reacting to the video? Please. Oh, what is this? Okay. Sorry. I not looked at a. Looking here to find out. What did I see? Hello, surfing my thing. it's so cool. Hey, that is a long name. I have to say, it's a long name. All right. So now that I've cried, now that I have given you all that information, is there any boy, I've rambled on for a good 50 minutes. Are there anything, or is there anything, excuse me, that you guys want to or anything that you guys want to answer? Let's see. You never got to my question. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. I didn't see it. I probably just didn't see it. So if you could repeat your question, I would prefer that, because it's very difficult. I am on a little phone, so I'm on a little phone. So the message or the comments are just a little tiny. Can you react to videos? Can I react to videos? I don't understand. Can I react to videos? I don't know. I don't know. Sure I can. maybe I don't understand the question correctly. If you would clarify, that would be good. Can you react to videos right now? No, I can't react to videos right now because I'm live streaming, so I'm not able to click over and do anything on anything at all. So if you're trying to get me to see a video of yours right now to react to them, I'm not able to do that. Although sometimes that makes me a little bit leery because I have had people send me some really nasty stuff and that I would prefer not to see. So if that's what you're after, then I'm not a willing participant. Participate. I'm not going to do that right now. But I will answer any questions pertaining to the move, pertaining to anything coming up, and all that jazz. So could watch on another device. I have a cred friendly video. I'm not able to do that right now because I don't feel like I can answer everybody else's questions in regards to what I just said right now. I'm happy to do that if you send me the link later, and we can go from there if that works to you. You can send me a message through YouTube. I think they've fixed that. And I have an app that is a little bit easier for me to answer questions and things like that. Maybe your Texas, maybe Texas tribe. I've never felt closer to Goddess than when I was in Washington. Yes, absolutely. I've never felt closer than when I'm in Washington, for sure. And I think that there is a big, also, if there's any questions that you may have, I'm going to take a note out of how Noah got us all started on this. If you would put all of your questions in caps so that way I can see it a little bit easier, it'll be a lot better for me. Thank you, Rain Sky Silver Moon. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That's what I think us community is for. This community. You went to Washington just recently and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. You've got the forest, you've got the mountains, you've got everything. I am not necessarily a water witch, but my attraction to water is really strong. So I have been, I feel landlocked for so long here in San Antonio, literally in the middle of the state. And I am so excited to live by the sea. I would love to wake up and just see the sea. We have a couple of houses that I think you're gonna flip over because the view is ridiculous. You get on, yeah. I'm on Redfin. I go on Redfin a lot because when I'm on my phone, I want to see the pictures, and if you double tap, you're able to even open them up wider, those pictures, and then you can actually open them again, you know, with the finger switch. It's not the right term, but yeah, so I go on Redfin a lot and look around. There's some awesome ones on Lummi Island that we're going to be looking at. There are some awesome ones that are on the peninsula, going from Bellingham to Lummi Island. To get onto Lummi Island, you have to have there's a ferry. So awesome. On Whidbey Island, you can drive on the top, but then there's also two ferries, and you can either go to Port Townsend, which is over on the other peninsula, and then you go over towards the Olympic Mountains, and Forks, if you are a Twilight fan, that's over there. And then you can go on a different ferry down from Clinton at the edge of Whidbey Island, and then go over into just above Seattle. Always miss these videos being from Sweden. Oh, I'm glad. Now that I don't have to do these videos, you know, at a certain time because I'm working, I think I have more flexibility now to be on so that I can catch other viewers that I don't normally catch. So that is awesome. Let's see, keep us updated. That sounds like a post-worthy trip. Yes, absolutely. Witching Mutt, which I think is a pretty cool name. Yes, if you are not a subscriber, I invite you to please subscribe now. It will help kind of keep you up to date, and if you don't know, there's like a little bell that you can click, and it will be you'll be updated, not in an annoying way, but you'll be updated when I actually post something. So you'll get a notification on when I'm live, so that way you don't miss anything. So that's really cool. Every time I get another 1,000 subscribers, I do a pretty awesome giveaway, and I often do Witchy Threesome coming live. Yes, Witchy Threesome is supposed to be around the corner soon. let's see, let me go back to what I was saying real quick, because I'm no good at these lives. I'm telling you, I'm no good at these lives, because I get distracted by the questions and I don't want to miss anybody. And then I forget what the heck I was talking about. So bear with me. Anyhow, so every 1,000 subscribers that I get, I'm at 3,400 right now. So when I hit 4,000, I do a giveaway, and it's usually the Witchy Lip Sync contest. And so I'll throw another contest out there, and there's usually like 3 different prizes. I think 3 different prizes, or I think 4. So we'll do first, second, and third, and then we'll do people's choice. And then we've got like judges and all this other stuff, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. So last time we did a Christmas version, because that's around the time that I hit. So yeah, so please subscribe and hit that bell, and that way, you know, it's good for my algorithms, and it's also really good for you guys to know when I'm actually posting things. I actually have had several people, like when I comment on stuff on Facebook, they're like, I miss your videos. And I'm like, I miss you on YouTube. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I just uploaded something like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, that's not so long that they would think that I was gone forever. I think that they probably just didn't hit the bell. So go hit the bell. Hit the bell. All right. Witchy Threesome. What Witchy Threesome is, if you don't know, is my friend, the Lady Grave Dancer, aka Tequila, and Noah Tempestari, and I get on and we discuss things. And we actually have a witchy tag for the community this next time around. So we will be answering or asking and answering each other's questions. Each of us will have 6 questions. And so I did the 2016 tag and the 2017 tag. And so this 2018 tag, I'm giving back to the community. And so we are doing a community tag for 2018. So all aboard. All aboard. So there's that. So that should be happening, I would imagine, at the end of the month sometime, but I don't know the day, because I think Noah's putting it on his channel. Noah, you may have to answer this question. I did it last time. I hosted last time, so it's up to Noah and Tequila to figure out which channel it's going to be on, and I don't think we've decided the day just yet, but it should be at the end of this month. So coming up. It's coming up. There's lots of stuff coming up, and I will be doing lots of, not necessarily live while we are moving, but as we start walking the properties and things like that, I'll be doing little clips for you guys and uploading them every night. And that way you guys can see those. And then we'll be coming back, and then I will probably do a walk through the house and the say goodbye to the house video, and starting of the actual move. So every day you'll be seeing little clips, you know, here and there of the process, and working our way from San Antonio, Texas to Bellingham, Washington, up the one over, we're going 10, and then we're going up the 5, and then we're going to break off a little bit, and then I think go to the 101 a little bit, just so that we can see some fancy stuff, and then we'll go back over to the 5 and up. That's what we're going to be doing. Any questions? Any quandaries? I know that we've had a couple of here, but you guys got a little bit quiet, so let me see. Let me see what you got going here as I... Okay. Y'all submitted... Yes, they have submitted some really awesome questions. They really have. They've done very well, I think. Very well this time around. And it's not just like... What happened? It just did it again. But this time I knew how to get it back faster. So, yeah. So, anyhow, these questions are like... They seem pretty legit. I have... done my hour, and I think that what happens is every 30 minutes that I'm live, it like disconnects, I think is the problem. So why don't I get off of here, and if you have any questions, then please put them in the down bar, or I'm the down bar. Comment below, and we'll talk with y'all later. There is going to be a blowout sale. I guess I have to get you guys on board with that on my Raven Flower Designs page, which is on Facebook. And if you just search Raven Flower Designs, you'll find it. Or if you search Raven Flower, you'll find me. Anyhow, there is going to be a blowout sale. So I have taken apart the witchy cabinet. I have cleared my shelves for all the stuff that is in Ravenflower Designs. I'm talking like candles and herbs and oils and waters and stones. I have palm stones. I have pocket stones. I've got some pretty awesome stuff that I need to unload for the moving sale. So, yeah. So that is happening on the 23rd. I do a live sale, live show kind of thing, and it's on my Facebook page, Ravenflower Designs, and that is on the 23rd from 1 to 6 p.m. So with that, I say goodbye because my husband is home, and there he is, and he's like, what are you doing? So do you want to say hello and say goodbye while I sign off?
Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hello. Who are we talking to?
We're talking to the
Howdy.
witchy community. So he went to go get El Buen Gusto, which is his favorite little hole in the wall. What are you going to do when we move?
Do without.
You going to do without?
Be a sad pirate.
He'll be sad pirate.
I'll have to find a new biking place to go.
Yep.
There's one in Seattle.
Yes, but that's a ways.
Howdy.
April's mom says hi. Pepper
Word,
Jackie
word.
says hi.
Hi, Pepper Jackie.
So anyhow, with that, we love and leave you. I've been talking a long time. So hit me up on Facebook. Witchy Mutt. Isn't that the greatest
Witchy
name?
mutt. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Is that like a mixed mutt?
It's a mixy mutt. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep. So hit me up on Facebook or leave a comment below if you have questions about the Witchy Cruise meet and greet in February. If you want to have a question for me in regards to the move, if you have a question about the last live sale, blowout moving sale, please let me know. What else? Witchy Threesome should be the end of the month, hopefully on Noah's channel or Tequila's channel. I don't know that information just yet. Once we do know, we'll definitely post it so you guys can see. And I think that's it. I think that's all.
I ain't got nothing.
You got nothing? All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.